my name is Christian, and I am reporting for Little Big Chats. Today I'm here with Adrienne Bailon. And how are you doing tonight?
I am excited for this evening. I'm excited to be here in Philadelphia and excited to celebrate all that you guys have been going on this whole week.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here with you tonight.
Same.
First question, what does mentorship mean to you?
Mentorship to me means having someone to call on for guidance. I think everyone in their life has needed a moment where they're like, what is that show that you would get to have like an emergency call? Can I call a friend? Can I phone a friend? Everyone in their life at some point needs guidance, needs somebody to help them make a decision, needs someone to walk them through their life journey. And I think the idea that people get to have mentors in this program is everything. And I feel everyone deserves to have that. And you're really blessed if you get to be a part of that.
So to you, mentorship is about being able to have someone to guide, learn from, someone to fill in a void for an experience that you have yet to live.
Yeah. For me, I think that in my life, I've had a few mentors. And a lot of the times for me, it was sometimes just needing someone to talk to, a sounding board, someone that you could say, okay, this is what I've got going on. What are your thoughts on this? How should I navigate this situation? Or for me, a really great mentor in my life was Angie Martinez, who was a radio host in New York City, and she still does incredible things with her YouTube channel and her podcast and so much more. But for me in my career, especially someone that actually was in the music industry, being able to talk to her and get her advice was an incredible thing. So I would say she was kind of like my big in the situation and in my life. But in order to be that for other people, I think there's nothing better than, you know, being able to lend an ear and hear what's going on in someone's life. Because sometimes that even is a way to help them figure out what it is they want to do by just having the conversation and discussing it out loud.
You kind of answered what was going to be my next question about
Uh,
who was your mentor growing up and how did they make an impact on your life?
I've had a few mentors. I'm really grateful that my mom is super she's a bit of a helicopter mom, so to speak, but she's always been there for me. And anytime I've needed guidance, she's kind of been there for me. But I think specifically with my career, Angie Martinez would definitely be the mentor because I think she was great at navigating situations that maybe I didn't know how to navigate, whether it was a business question or, hey, should I be doing this? Is this a good look? How do I get involved more in these other areas? And she was just very knowledgeable. So I think having a mentor that's kind of knowledgeable also in whatever it is that you're wanting to do is awesome. But just having someone to figure it out with you is awesome.
Especially in such industries, having someone who has the insight and has done the homework navigate you on how to better yourself and how to be able to do and achieve the goals you want to.
Even how to conduct yourself, even to instill in you the important things. Like I know this is such a cliche saying, but I love this quote, which is talent can get you in the room, but character and integrity keeps you in the room. And for me, that has always been kind of the theme of my career is like, I'm sure there's somebody more talented to do this job. But I think that being someone that takes their job seriously, showing up on time, not just on time, but showing up early, hard work, consistency, those things really matter. And they definitely speak to your character and your integrity and your work ethic.
I also believe the sentiment that exact sentiment of if you put a lot of effort, if you try, I feel like that can outshine natural talent.
Natural talent, even people that maybe are more qualified. I think people want to work with people who they know
They
are
can
coming.
rely on.
Yeah, they can rely on, that they come prepared, that not just prepared, but also hungry and willing to do the work and go above what's expected.
I feel like one thing that happens with people that have talent or are better, sometimes they lack that. They
100%.
fall back a little.
I'm
just
the
my
best at
present,
this, or
my
yeah,
presence alone
is
is
enough. Exactly. And it just never is. And that's the reality is there is always, especially in my industry, in the entertainment business, there is always someone who is hungry and wanting that position that you got. There's usually a bunch of people auditioning for that spot. So never taking those opportunities for granted for me has always been key. Walking into every opportunity that I get, whether it's big or small, and going, I am going to do this with excellence. I'm going to go above and beyond. I'm going to be pleasant to work with. I'm going to come prepared. I would, like those things really, really matter.
so great that she was able to instill
Yeah,
these into you. Very,
absolutely.
very so.
Yeah.
For my next question is, what inspired you to be involved with the mission of Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Funny enough, my sister was a little for quite a time. I think she actually got involved with it through school. And I remember going with her to one of the meetings. Actually, I think I was already in 3LW and being like, I want to be a part of this. I want to be a big. So I remember getting involved in that sense and it just being an incredibly fulfilling thing to do. I think there's nothing better than knowing someone is looking up to you, someone's depending on you, but not just that, that like you get to hopefully help navigate someone on their own journey and share what you've learned along the way.
I believe that when it comes to life, the more you are able to provide for someone, it's kind of what shapes it. It allows you to feel great that I did something. I left a mark, and that's genuinely beautiful that you were a part of this.
Yeah, I think that it's really fulfilling. I think that, especially in the world that we live in now, there's so many things that are like, that feel very superficial. And I think that obviously with social media, the world can seem very, so you're like, okay, got it. You're selling us an eyelash product. You're giving us this. You're giving us your outfit of the day. Being able to impact someone's life and their life journey, and for them to know that they have someone they can depend on, they can call on if they need you. Again, it doesn't have to be for one thing specific. It could be, hey, I had a rough day. Just kind of need someone to talk to, that you can be that for somebody is exactly that. You have a lifelong impact, and that's so much more fulfilling than any of the superficial things in life can do for you.
So it's so great to see how, like, thrilled you are about being able to be there.
Yeah. I think being there sometimes is just half the battle. Like just being able to say, listen, I'm here if you ever need me, or to make somebody feel like they have someone that they can go to. Just knowing that in the back of their heads, I'm sure makes someone's day go by so much easier. I've got a big exam today. Okay, maybe I'm nervous about this, or I'm worried about, going to the next grade, or I have an internship. What does that look like? Those things can worry you, but just knowing that you have someone
Someone who
who
is important,
cares,
who
yeah,
cares, and it's important to you.
yes, is everything.
And some people wouldn't trade that for anything.
Exactly. I wouldn't trade that for anything. I think the people that I have in my life that I've surrounded myself with, they have all in their own way been a mentor to me, because there's someone that I can go to in different facets of my life. Like maybe it's not industry, but maybe it's my personal life, or like, hey, I have a friend and this is the situation. How should I go about handling that? If you have a big that you can go to and talk to about that, I'm sure that at some point in their life, they've had multiple friendships that have either started or ended. And how to navigate those situations is just so important. Having that person to talk to.
The way I've always seen this program is the people are not just teaching us, but we may have the opportunity to teach them.
100%. Always. I think that I've always said that the more you learn about others, the more you actually end up learning about yourself. The more you lean in and you love on others and you're like, listen, I want to be there for you. I want to hear what you're going through. The more you're able to look back at the things you've gone through in your life and be reflective and go, oh, wow, I actually was able to lend a helping hand to that person, because I remember when I was in sixth grade and I went through that. Or I remember when I was in high school and I felt that way. And you become more introspective the more that you actually lend a helping hand to people on the outside.
It's true what you say. Vulnerability allows people to understand themselves a lot better.
100%.
Thank you, Adrienne. Thank you for your time, and it's been a wonderful time talking to you.
Same.
My name is Christian Concepcion, and this is Little Big Chats.